Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins race. I am Ferran Burgundy, and I'm going to be bringing you the action here. Sit back. This is definitely going to be interesting as we are part of the Super Mario Land 2 Randomizer League. This will be the first of 5 matchups that will be occurring over the course of the next few days, and we'll get into that coming up in a little bit. As far as what is randomized here in Super Mario Land 2, well, the levels are randomized as well as the dual exits. Those can be in their vanilla spot or swapped, as well as the bosses, the 6 different bosses, the enemies, the power-ups are randomized, the physics, whether it be your normal jumping and running physics, the moon physics, which gives you a little bit of a slight float type effect, or the space physics where you're pretty much floating, flying, and everything else here, as well as the scrolling. Some boards that are auto-scrollers may not be, and vice versa. You may have boards that aren't usually auto-scrolling that may very well here, as well as the music being randomized. So for those looking for the star song, you may not necessarily get it in Space Zone 2. So our runners are going to be trying to acquire these 6 golden coins as quickly as they can by beating the 6 different bosses and going on to face Wario, and we're getting things started right off the bat here. And the start zone for today is the Vanilla Pumpkin Secret 2. As you can see, the enemies are randomized, and it looks like there are moon physics here in this board, as Liam taking a bit of a hit on the right side, so he is Small Mario after getting that early power-up. Meanwhile, LateLearner picking up a carrot, which gives them the bunny ears, and LiamPiper doing the same. Gives them a chance to flutter those bunny ears and kind of float and hover. Although there's a little bit of a problematic effect with that with the moon physics. And both are making their way through the level here. Mushroom being avoided by LateLearner. He's going to be the first to get through the first level. And he's heading off to the right to start with Turtle Zone, and LiamPiper following suit. So we'll see what Turtle 1 is for today, and yes, it is Macro Zone 2. And with the ears, it gives them a chance to kind of float over top. Floating over the top there does make some of the levels a lot easier, at least in part. As LateLearner getting the early advantage. LiamPiper just dodging an insect that was going there. And not able to dodge the fish, but thankfully right there is another power-up. What fortunate timing. And as you can see, you've got an ant just kind of spinning in the water there in the purpose of, or on the side of Liam there. LateLearner dodging fireballs, ants, and just about everything else here. And Liam running into the same as LateLearner hitting the bell, the midpoint bell, so as is LiamPiper there. So if either of our runners expire before getting to the end, they'll be able to start at that midpoint. And as you can see, this is pretty much neck and neck, just maybe about a second differential. And LateLearner getting surprised there. Liam taking that extra second and able to hang on to the bunny ears. And that allows him to float to the end. And as you can see, barely a half a second between the two in differential here. So now heading over to Turtle 2. This is the first of our split levels here, where there are 2 different exits, and one of which will lead to a secret area, which is what they don't want, and the other will lead on to Turtle Zone 3, which will be where the first boss is. Now, this particular board, this is traditionally Pumpkin Zone 2. And they both make their way through the pipe, dodging a fireball. Nothing like a fireball traveling through the water. That's part of what's great about Randomizer. You get things you don't normally expect, including waterproof fire. So Liam heading over to the left, and he gets an invincibility star. LateLearner taking an alternate path, but you can see they are neck and neck here at about just closing in on the 3.5 minute mark. Now LateLearner with the firepower. So he's able to take out some enemies. Liam, meanwhile, hovering over the top here. And is going to go for the standard goal. And that does lead on. And it looks like it's going to be Tree Zone 5 that is in place of Turtle Zone 3 here. Meanwhile, LateLearner, it looks like, is heading toward the secret exit. And he's going to find out the unfortunate news that that was not the correct decision. And he's going to see that it's the auto-scroller of the miscellaneous overworld level, or the mole, as I like to affectionately call it, because it's a world that's just kind of there. It's almost like the skin ailment of the same name. And LateLearner taking a death as well, as Liam taking on the octopus as the boss of Turtle Zone 3. This is randomized, right? Well, Liam able to take care of things in short order and is going to be the first to score a coin at just before the 5-minute mark here of this race. 4:51 officially. So a little bit of an early lead, but any one of these decisions can certainly even things back up. As now Liam heading into Mario 1. And we've got a little Star Song action. Oh, and Liam heading to take a little bit of damage there to get past those blocks, as this is the Turtle Secret Zone for Mario 1. Known for its coins spelling out Wario Land 2 throughout the course of the board, as LateLearner now hitting the correct direction and is going to make his way through Tree Zone 5. So about a one-stage lead, I would say, for Liam, maybe a little more than. As now, we've got some auto scroll action here from the Macro Secret in Mario 2. Now, that is an auto-scroller in the traditional version of the game as well. Sometimes you do get that, where an auto-scroller is as it's supposed to be, and as you've seen so far, non-auto-scrollers are also as they're supposed to be. LateLearner now is working on the octopus. Going to hop and hover for 1, hop and hover for 2, and hop and hover for 3, and that's going to take out the octopus and give LateLearner a golden coin and get him right back into this. LiamPiper, meanwhile, in the auto scroll, switching over from the bunny ears to the firepower. And with the auto scroller, getting rid of those boxes a little on the dangerous side. If he isn't able to clear them quick enough, he'll get crushed on the left side. And now Liam heading up to number 3 here. That's going to be Tree Zone 1 for Mario 2. Or Mario 3, rather. So, LateLearner, for the moment, trailing by about a level and a half. But, as I said, with a lot of different decisions to be made, this is still anybody's race early on here. LateLearner picking and choosing his power up there at the end of the level. Now, Mario Zone in general has the distinction of the only of the 6 zones that doesn't have a split decision. As Liam now heading into Mario Zone 4, which is going to harbor the boss, and the board itself is Turtle Zone 3. Tusks and gills and all other types of things to avoid, and LiamPiper having to double back ever so slightly for the midpoint bell. LateLearner, meanwhile, auto-scrolling through Macro Secret. And that's the thing with speed running. When you have auto scrollers, those are less than desirable, to say the least. And it looks like the boss for Mario Zone, which normally would be the three little pigs, here it's going to be Tatanga. No other physics to worry about now as LateLearner making his way into the third Mario Zone, which is Tree Zone 1. And Liam being extra careful not to take any damage here as he's dealing with Tatanga. Tried to jump on the right side, not able to quite get it. Oh, and he takes a death to the fireball. And he will be able to start from the midpoint, but that does narrow the lead a little bit and allow LateLearner to get closer to evening this thing up. Liam now with a Fire Flower, gonna venture back through Turtle Zone 3. LateLearner, meanwhile, finishing up in Tree Zone 1 and is now within a level of Liam's lead. So now Liam versus Tatanga version 2.0. Let's see if this goes better for him than the last. With the fireball, it certainly does, and Liam is going to quickly dispatch of Tatanga, and that's going to give him his second gold coin here in the race, about 10.5 minutes in. Now you see as it floats in and goes over the turtle spot, it places it in the spot of the board that you had done, even though the boss that you had defeated may be different. So it ends up straightening itself out after the fact. And Pumpkin Zone 1, we've got ourselves some space action. It looks like it's the Space Secret Zone for Pumpkin 1. As LateLearner getting a stomp on Tatanga. And is able to take him out. Meanwhile, Liam finishing up quickly with Space Secret. Oh, and it's the submarine. Submarine, better known as Turtle Zone 2. Now, our runners are more than likely going to go for, or at least they generally tend to go for the secret exit of Turtle Zone 2 in the submarine, which is a little bit shorter in duration, but Liam opting to go for the longer traditional exit first. As chat noting, the Gauntlet is what that secret exit is known as, because it's a long tunnelway that with randomized enemies, you don't know what you're going to encounter. It could be bonefish, it could be sharks, it could be bullet bills, it could be a whole litany of different things. And now with LateLearner on that board as well, if he opts to take the Gauntlet and that turns out to be the correct decision, that could give LateLearner the lead here. So this is very even at the moment as LateLearner dodging a bullet, literally and figuratively. And LateLearner is going to go for that Gauntlet. So this could be a crucial turning point in the match right here. So we'll see who made the correct decision. But first, LateLearner, oh, he needs to get through it, and it gets sandwiched between the spike, the shark, and the bullet bill, and he's going to have to go back and give it another go. So Liam ends up taking the standard goal, and oh, it leads to the secret. So the Gauntlet is the way to go. And Liam opting not to soft reset. And is looking to apparently play it through. In what is traditional Pumpkin Zone 1. Or maybe just take a death that way to the vampire. That might be the way to go, too. And back into the submarine goes LiamPiper. LateLearner now still making his way over to the gauntlet. So this is ever so slightly a lead for LateLearner, but now a death on either side could certainly tip the scales one way or another. As LateLearner trying to lure the shark back and creates just that little bit of separation. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. And now Liam's going to encounter it for the first time. And he masterfully dodges it. LateLearner just with a few feet lead here as the bullet regenerates. Oh, now we've got sharks going in opposite directions. They cancel each other out. As LateLearner now going to head on over, and we've got an auto-scroller for Tree Zone 2. Well, this is not normally an auto-scrolling level, so this will make for some interesting decisions for both of our racers here. Not only does it slows them down in one sense, but then they have to make split decisions, or split-second decisions, as far as which way they're going to go and how that's going to affect things. And this is a particularly long level as well, so seeing the dodging ability should be interesting, as now entering the pipe and moving back into the auto-scrolling is LateLearner. Liam trailing by maybe about 10 seconds at this point, which, given how back and forth this has gone already in the first just under 16 minutes, that is a negligible time. This can still swing either way. Oh, but LateLearner falling onto the spike and taking a death. And Liam able to hit that midpoint bell. Should things run afoul here in the second half of the board, that could come crucial. And we've got the heart indicating a 1-up. Ooh, and Liam hitting the spikes there and is now a small Mario, so in the same position as LateLearner. One more hit could send him back to start here as LateLearner falling onto the spike and taking a death. Oh, and Liam with a crucial grab of the carrot for the bunny ears. So Liam hovering to the edge, and is he going to be able to get up there? Looking for the northern secret exit. Oh, gets a boost off of the enemy, though, and that's going to send him through that way. LateLearner tried to get the carrot, and it looks like the secret exit is just that. It is the secret exit, and that's going to lead to Mario Zone 2. With a little Star Song action. So now perhaps LateLearner not getting that carrot turns out to be a benefit here. But he is going to ring the bell right by the end of the stage and utilize the bonus there to grab a carrot. And we've got Space Zone 2 for the Pumpkin Boss level. Appropriate that we've got that on one side, and, well, we had the Star Song on the other side, but now Liam going to head on back. And at least for the moment, that gives LateLearner the lead, as he has made two crucial decisions in the positive as far as the split exits. So in terms of those decisions right now, LateLearner is 2 for 3 on those, whereas Liam is just 1 for 3, getting the initial one right. And LateLearner at a point, depending on how things go here, where he can take the lead in coins in just a matter of moments as he floats his way pretty much traditionally through the star zone. Or the star song, the space zone, I should say. Space zone 2. I'm so used to the star song being with this level. And LateLearner with a masterful dodge there. Utilizing that firepower. And Liam dropping down, hitting the pipe. Utilizing the auto scroll here. A little dangerous hovering to the right side there, as you don't know what's necessarily going to spawn, as LateLearner has now hit the midpoint bell in Space Zone 2. As we're now 20 minutes in, both of our racers, LiamPiper and LateLearner, with 2 gold coins thus far, both acquiring the ones from Mario Zone and Turtle Zone, and LateLearner looking to acquire the third thanks to the Mama Bird. And a few fireballs makes quick work of the bird. And that is going to be coin number 3 for LateLearner. And that's something interesting there for Liam. I don't know if it was an auto-scroll hiccup there, or not even sure what to make of that. Meanwhile, LateLearner heading into Macro Zone 1, and it looks as though it's going to be Space Zone 1, which is a split level. Okay, Liam just bumped into something and bumped into it again. He as noted in chat here, he screen wrapped apparently. Just when you think you've seen it all, something else tends to happen. So LateLearner going to utilize the jumps thanks to the moon bounce. Those moon physics coming into play in Space Zone 1. And is going to take the secret exit. We'll see if that is the ideal decision. Not necessarily a right or wrong decision in Macro Zone. And in this case, it does look to be the ideal. And meanwhile, Macro Zone Special, that is going to be what we know as the start board. This is usually the first level that you see in the game, courtesy of LateLearner. So now, Liam in the Space Zone 2. Sneakily making his way through space as the music dictates. LateLearner, meanwhile, making his way through the special zone. And that's going to get him right on to the boss level, which is going to be Mario Zone 4. With those very recognizable building blocks. Well, Beast, yeah, there was a horizontal clip in an auto-scroller from Liam that kind of forced him to kind of meander around to eventually take a death to redo that particular zone. And that was in Tree Zone 2 that had occurred. LateLearner ducking the buzzsaw there and picking up the carrot to get those ears. Now there's moon physics in this board, so that, or actually I guess that is space physics now that I look at it. The jump is what threw me off. And the boss, which normally would be the sewer rat, here is going to be the three little pigs. So straw down, hovering over, Styx is down, and now brick to go. And nicely handled by LateLearner. And he is going to get coin number 4, just as Liam is working toward coin 3. Oh, but loses the firepower. And at 24:58, LateLearner is going to get coin number 4. Meanwhile, just a mere few seconds afterward, Liam is going to get coin number 3. And now heading on up to the Hippo board, and we've got Macro Zone 1 in the Hippo board. So it's unfortunate that the screen wrap costing Liam quite a bit of time and progress. But we'll see, there's still a good amount of game left here that anything can certainly turn it around. LateLearner floating along as he gets the carrot for the bunny ears. Liam, meanwhile, taking a leap of faith. And grabs a very timely star. So let's see where LateLearner is going to go in this board here, as Liam gathering a 1-up just at the tail end, hitting that extra enemy for a 1-up while having the invincible star. LateLearner going to switch on over and get the fire block. So Liam taking the less ideal option. And that looks to be Macro 3 in Macro Zone 2. And LateLearner getting ejected, so that didn't look as though he took the correct exit, and is now going to head over to the Tree Zone 1, which looks to be Mario Zone 1. So hopping up along the gears is LateLearner. LiamPiper, meanwhile, making his way through Macro 3. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's no wrong decision when it comes to Macro Zone. It's just more so a matter of having that extra level to take, and in this case, that level is going to be Pumpkin Secret number 1. So when you're already trailing by a bit, that's not the best suggestion, but little did he know. Thankfully, he's going to take the quick exit here, and LateLearner, meanwhile, heading on, and Tree Zone 2 looks to be Pumpkin Zone 3. And that is a split level as well, so a decision here for LateLearner to make, as Liam is making his way through Mario Zone 4, the boss level in this case for Macro Zone. LateLearner trying to navigate the disappearing blocks and opted not to gather the 1-up. And now heading on over to the right here, and Tree Zone 3. Looks to be Tree Zone 3. As Liam now heading on to the 3 little pigs. Takes care of straw. And sticks. And LateLearner quickly making his way through Tree 3 and is going to go to the Tree Boss Zone, which looks to be Pumpkin Zone 4. As Liam finishes off the 3rd pig and is going to get another coin here at $29.57. All right, LateLearner in and is taking on the Sewer Rat, and a few fireballs makes it quick and easy. And that is going to be coin number 5 for LateLearner. Here at the 30-minute and 50-second mark. So now one more coin to go for LateLearner. Is going to head on back to the Hippo level, which is Macro 1. Liam, meanwhile, floating and hovering. Also in Macro 1, so we'll see if he makes the correct decision here. A little floating fireball action, and Liam is going to take the upper path. And is going to take the secret exit, which sends him back to Macro Zone, and he's not going to bother. So it looks as though neither of our runners made the ideal decision on that one, and LateLearner going to skip on past that, knowing what's going on here, and is now making his way to the traditional goal, and that's going to get him into the space zone. And space 1 is the traditional Hippo level. But it looks like we've got space physics, so bubble schmubble. Ooh, and takes a hit as he utilizes the firepower, does LateLearner. So now Liam passing the point that he'd gone up before and is now looking for the traditional exit to the level. And LateLearner is going to go with the upper exit. And that ends up being the secret. And it leads to Mario Zone 3. So LateLearner going to do a soft reset. And come on back in and going to take the lower exit. So this gives Liam a chance. If he opts to stick with the lower exit, that can give him a chance to catch up a little bit here. And who needs a bubble when you have space physics? Well, but not wanting to lose that firepower, Liam doubling back just a little bit. LateLearner bobbing and weaving in the bubble. Oh, and Liam's going to take the upper path, and he's going to realize that it wasn't the ideal decision. So now heading in here into the next zone, it's going to be Macro 4. And this will be the last level for LateLearner and the final boss, and then he'll be able to go on to Wario's castle. So things looking pretty good here thus far for LateLearner after trailing early on. But there's still that Wario's castle, and anything can come into play there, that's for sure. And chat pointing out that that they aren't too certain that Liam is aware of the soft reset to be able to bypass that, so he's been playing through the levels that he's chosen erroneously on. And LateLearner is taking out the witch. And that is going to be coin number 6 for LateLearner. So the 6 coins are in, the door is opening, and LateLearner is going to make his way to Wario's castle. Here at about 36... Well, once he gets over there, about 36.5 minutes into this seed. Liam, meanwhile, making his way through the boss level, attempting to get coin number 5. And, ooh, nice duck there by LateLearner, as now he's got the witch to deal with. Heading left. Heading left again. And off to the right. So here at 37 minutes and 11 seconds, Liam's going to go ahead and get coin number 5, but LateLearner already well into Wario's castle. So Liam heading on into Tree Zone. And he's going to make his way through the gears of Mario Zone 1. LateLearner, meanwhile, making the climb and not bothering with the fire flower, is going to opt to float over those platforms, making quick work of it. Takes a damage there and makes his way through the next pipe. Double hop. LateLearner making very quick work of things here in the castle. Grabs the power up, and here's Wario. Couple of quick hops. As now Liam is in Tree Zone 2, the Pumpkin 3. Ooh, takes a hit there, does LateLearner from Wario. Gets a trifecta of hop-ons, and that's going to be section 2 of Wario done. And now here comes the Fire Flower. And that is going to take down Wario. So that is going to do it for LateLearner. Get out your GGs for LateLearner, who is going to finish this race with an official SRL time of 39 minutes and 14 seconds. Liam, meanwhile, making his way, hovering over through Tree Zone 4, which in this case, I believe is the Tree Secret. I got a little bit of a glimpse at it early on here. But regardless, it is quick work to be made of it. And I hear a ding that I believe means that we have LateLearner here in chat. Congratulations and GG.
Thank you very much. It was a nightmare to start with, but it got a bit easier eventually.
Yeah, it was. Well, as I say, from the early going, probably for the first 12, 13 minutes of the seed, Liam did have a pretty early lead, and I think it had mainly to do with the decision in Pumpkin Zone 2, or at least in the in this seed, the Pumpkin 2 was actually Turtle Zone 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, from there, there was little that went wrong. As the next few decisions, you'd actually overtaken the lead. It was right around that point of about 12, almost 13 minutes in, where you happened to make the right choice in. Oddly enough, Turtle Zone 2 and Pumpkin Zone 2 were flip-flopped, and you were able to make the correct decision. Liam, it didn't quite work out as well for him, as he's finishing up his 6th coin now. But Liam also had something very interesting happen that made it a little less. It was a lot closer before this particular thing had happened. In Tree Zone 2, the gel level there that was auto scrolling, he actually screen wrapped. He did a horizontal screen wrap.
Oh.
Yeah, the Chad and myself were all aghast. We were shocked at it, so we didn't know what to make of it.
Wow, this is a false win then. This doesn't count. Did he crash the pit? Was it a proper crash? I mean, did he have to soft reset, or did he kill himself?
Well, we also believe, at least Chad is conferring, that Liam is not aware of how to soft reset, as every time there was an incorrect decision made on Liam's part, he played through whatever that secret level was, or if he died, he just went back to wherever it was. But he didn't soft reset at any point throughout the game.
Oh, he did say to me at one point, "Screw it, I'm just going to play through this level." So I assume he meant he'd got the wrong exit and just played through the level anyway. So I think he might know, but I'm not sure. It kind of sounds like that.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him soft reset at all in this game, so that's what leads to a little bit of speculation, I suppose.
He's got 9 lives as well, so that's pretty impressive, because that obviously soft resetting saves yourself from losing a life. So he's done pretty well as far as lives concerned.
Yeah, no, there haven't been very many deaths on either side. I mean, there were a couple early for both of your parts, mainly in that that gauntlet in what was it in the submarine level.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna just go away and not try that. Thankfully, I got it, probably with a bit of luck.
Well, that was also where the tide had turned, as Liam didn't opt to go for the gauntlet first and took the long way to the traditional exit.
Right.
And by the time he realized, oh, this is the wrong exit, and I think played through that follow-up level and took a death, which I'm trying to remember in my notes here which exactly one that was. let's see. After okay, it was Pumpkin Zone 1. He ended up taking a death there and then went back, and at that point it was neck and neck. Both of you were going through the gauntlet at basically the same time.
Hmm. Oh, crikey. Yeah.
Well, oh dear, noting in chat that this is Liam's first rando race, so he's still getting the hang of the intricacies of soft resetting.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell anyone that because, yeah, wanted everyone to think he was experienced. I wasn't being
well. Well, oh dear, put it out there in chat, and then I read it, so I went and put it out there to those possibly watching on the YouTube restream. And well, for full disclosure, this is my first calling of a Super Mario Land 2 race, so I'm sure there's going to be some critiques coming my way as well. Who knows?
Sound awesome, dude. Sound awesome. Beast, sorry. Yes. No, sorry. Last night's was harder. We did a rando last night, and we did another gauntlet, and it was ridiculously hard for me, at least. So I've been unlucky having 2 hard gauntlets in a row in total 2 level.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I can only imagine. I've seen some interesting things just in the little bit that I've been studying the game here. I was watching when there was that, I guess, impossible level on Space Zone 2, the auto scroll, or no, maybe it was Space 1, the auto scroll where you had to hit the blocks, and yeah, that's what it was. It was Space 1.
Oh yeah.
So that, so yeah, I think it ended up being a double forfeit just because it was the impossible level, and oh no, Liam taking a death to Fire Wario.
Oh no, that one you're talking about was actually me, me and Slash. Right.
Oh, that was you and Slash. Okay, I knew Slash was one of them. Okay, so you're more familiar with it than anybody here. As you were right there in the thick of it.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I didn't. Let's not speak about that.
Okay, that is the last that I will bring it up then. I thought it was good for points of posterity. Well, here's a positive point of posterity that the aforementioned Slash had brought up to me prior to the race here, is that it was actually 1 year ago today that version 1.0 of Super Mario Land 2 was released. So an interesting birthday celebration in a sense, now that it's up to version 2.1, I believe he told me. And now we've got not one, but a second race coming up later tonight, and that's going to be Beast against Rave Tuba. That should be coming up a little more than 3 hours from now.
That should be a very good race. Both very good at Rondo.
Yeah, I mean, from the little bit that I've been able to follow early on here, yeah, I mean, there's talent galore here. I just wanted to make sure I did you guys justice here, and so far things are. I mean, this race was fantastic. I mean, had it not been for that misfortunate that horizontal screen wrap, I mean, who knows how much closer it would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll definitely be something interesting to watch back on the restream. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just in disbelief. I was like, wait a minute, what happened here? I think you were doing something at the time, and I kind of peripherally caught that it was like, oh, okay, he's going through the pipe, and wait a minute, what? Why did he scroll upward? What is going on here?
Yeah.
And it was certainly something interesting to say the least. So, yeah, Liam going through version or attempt number 2 here at Wario's Castle.
Yeah, I think he mentioned about like crashing the game during the race, and I was like, is this possible? So I was like, yeah, okay. I guess you guys proved it by seeing it for yourselves.
It's one of those things, especially with a randomizer. You never know what's going to happen until it happens. I mean, that's why they have different versions and upgrades and bug fixes and things of that nature, because just when you think you have all the answers, the game goes and changes the questions.
Yeah. Whew.
Oh goodness, I'm looking here at chat, and yeah, Phil, you responded to it already, indicating you might have told Liam pre-race that soft resetting was banned.
I didn't really.
No, no, it's all about fair play and sportsmanship here. I figured that it was merely for kicks and giggles here, as Liam makes his way back into to Wario. So. I believe 9 hits away from a victory and a GG. Hopefully, be able to square it away here. Oh, nice trifecta of spin jumps there from Liam.
Whoa! That's skillful right there. Jeez.
And now the aerial version of Wario.
Fingers crossed. Oh, he loves that spin jump.
Yeah, hey, some people have different techniques. Maybe he's going for a little bit of a swag style there. We'll see. But all right, able to get him on the first and the second, and that makes 3.
Nice.
So, chat, get out your GGs for Liam, who is going to finish with a. I guess, a little bit of history here as far as the horizontal screen wrap, but also an official SRL time of 49 minutes and 23 seconds. So even though about a 10-minute difference, it was definitely a lot closer than the score indicates. It was just technology that got in the way here.
That's a good time, especially for a first one. Bum and heck. I think I usually average like 45 minutes, so that's a fine time.
And with that ding, we have Liam here in the chat. GG. I think the first thing we've got to get into right off the bat here is that screen wrap.
I have no idea what caused that. None whatsoever.
Well, neither does most of chat, and I have a hunch that may be an upgrade for Slash to look at down the road here. I know. I'm still new to the game here, at least in terms of everything. But that's certainly something. I mean, if it surprised the people in chat who have been playing this game for a while, then I know I had no doggone clue what was going on.
It's quite funny. My first race in the league, and I've managed to break the game somehow. Seems to be my luck almost.
Oh, I don't. You know what? You're a bug tester in this case, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and oh dear, noting that they do know what happened. Which, yeah, I shouldn't discredit the folks in chat. I mean, they knew what had happened. It was more a matter of, oh wow, that happened. I guess it was more of a surprise than it was.
Yeah.
Lack of certainty. I brought plenty of lack of certainty for all of chat there, so that. I was wondering what was going on while they were all going, oh, yeah, look at that. That's a fun new thing.
But yeah.
So early on, Liam, you had the lead pretty well for the better part of the first 12 to 13 minutes, and it was what the turning point of the race was in the submarine in Turtle Zone 2, where you had taken the long traditional way, and it turned out to be the incorrect decision, as it led to that secret zone. And even though the gauntlet was rather treacherous, LateLearner hit that first, and that slowly got things rolling from there. But then once that screen wrap hit, and that took another couple of minutes away, that ultimately ended up being the difference otherwise. And I mean, had that not been there, who knows how it would have necessarily gone. But
I mean, sorry.
I was going to say, otherwise, I mean, a great race on your part. Chad had noted that it was you as well, that it was your first race here. So, yeah, I mean, an impressive showing and a little bit of history here on the Randomania network.
I mean, getting sub 50, I think, was quite positive, because I was honestly worried I was going to embarrass myself and take 2 hours, personally. I mean, I was most likely, I'm over-exaggerating a bit, but I was just worried. I was more worried about embarrassing myself more than anything, but kind of glad I got a good time.
I've forfeited a lot of speedruns, a lot of randos, so it's nothing to worry about. Like, I don't even get to finish them. I just can't finish them. I'll just, forfeit. You just have to ask the Friday night guys. So many are forfeited.
See, when it comes
and sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to the more traditional any percent glitchless stages, I know those relatively well, but when it comes to the other stages, I'm still getting used to those, because I've only just picked up all levels, or all stages, I should say. So I'm still learning some of the other stuff, so the fact that the stages that I wasn't too familiar with also went okay, I'll take it.
Okay, some of the secret zones that you wouldn't necessarily otherwise see because you're just going for the quick any percent.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
because my all stages PB I think is a 45 roughly, and my any percent's just over 30. So there was a little bit of golfing class from the start. So
I think one of the other things that was noting, or there was regarding the soft reset, and it was, I guess, a strategy that wasn't really operated in this particular run, at least on your part, Liam.
It's mainly because I've never really had to use the soft reset.
Ah.
Soft reset is something I've never really used before, so
That'll certainly do it. But no worries. I mean, it gave you a chance to get a little bit more familiarity with different different runners and whatnot.
yeah, definitely. And might I also say, for anyone who wants to try the randomizer, definitely do. It is an absolute bundle of fun, whether you speedrun the game or not. I've actually raced my cousin in it, and even though he got angry with it, he actually still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a love-hate thing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
It's one of those things that you love so much, but when it goes downhill, you just can't help but hate it.
Yeah, the love-hate relationship. Sometimes you love to hate it. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, any other final thoughts to the seed here?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I guess after the start I thought I was going to forfeit. So I'm just glad it turned out all right in the end.
Yeah, I mean, with LateLearner's experience, even though I had a small feeling I was ahead at a couple of points, I had a feeling that he was going to pull it back, because he is really experienced when it comes to making comebacks.
Well, I mean, experience is certainly one factor, but sometimes luck comes down to it too, and just picking the proper coin flips.
Yeah, definitely.
And as I'm looking, kind of looking over the stats, I mean, the first one you had gotten, but as I'm looking at the different ones here, I believe it was, I think it was. He ended up getting about 4 of them, whereas you had gotten only 2, and that in part was the difference, as well as the horizontal screen wrap.
Yeah, I've never got like a screen wrap in this game before. I've never actually got anything apart from the any percent glitch. But to know that I found something else that it was broken, it's a highlight of the run, I can say.
Well, that certainly is certainly something to take home here. This is now the first. So we've got a few more races coming your way here over the course of the next few days on the Randomania networks, including in about 3 hours time from now. I'll be back here with you to bring more commentary for Rave Tuba against Beast. That'll be tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern, and then tomorrow at noon Eastern, we've got Oh Dear against the Squirrel. And then also Typo against Yoko 21. That's coming up on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, I should say Tuesday evening. And then doubleheader that night, as it's going to be Slash against Lori D. Bunnykins, and that'll be at 8:30 Eastern on Tuesday night.
Definitely check out all the runners as well who are in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely give them a follow here, and give fantastic folks here just in a little bit that I've seen, and I'm looking forward to bringing more here to at least the commentary realm of the Super Mario Land 2 randomizer community.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, coming up here among the Randomania networks, giving a quick look here at the schedule. As I mentioned, tonight there's the Super Mario Land 2 race. Also coming up a little bit later tonight, I believe, among the Randomania networks is Zelda 2 randomizer. There's a special going on, Max Rando, I believe. That should certainly be interesting. That's coming up around, I believe, 10 o'clock Eastern. A whole bunch more here. You can check it out on the link in chat. And yes, the Super Mario Land 2 Randomizer League race, that is going to be on Randomania 2, so the sister station here. as Wolfman pointing out. And then that's what it is. The Super Mario Brothers 3 Weekly is going to be right here on Randomania. That's coming up exactly 4 hours from now at 8 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to check out the calendar for everything coming up, including Monday night, hopefully, but nothing has been confirmed yet, of me being on commentary for the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Chaos Tournament Finals. That'll be coming up Monday evening. And make sure to give our runners a follow. I want to thank Wolfman2000 for the restream as well as the tracking. Wolfman's been helping keep me in line here as best I can. And as well as for our runners here, LateLearner and LiamPiper. Until next time, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying, may your stars sing brightly and your seeds stay classy. Have a good day, everyone.